beautiful souls, it's another beautiful moment. Let us breathe in, breathe out. Wow, it's another beautiful moment at Leilani Gardens where all the fun happens. You can make your way here and enjoy that picnic alone or with your spouse or with your children. You can bring your children to play, host your wedding here, or actually just have your parties here at a very affordable price. The place is located along Kikuyu Kamangu Road. Wow. Thank you so much. And those who are subscribing, please keep subscribing. And those who are liking my videos and those who are commenting and giving you words of encouragement, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I send so much love to you. Now, today I want to talk about generational cycles, or generational cycles, yes. Generational cycles where people go through the same kind of trauma in their family, people go through the kind of stagnation in their family, people go through the same kind of karma in their families, and you're like, how do I get myself here? Or why are these things happening to me? All right. So now, as we said, where you are born, you are rooted, connected. It is your source, all right? You cannot disconnect yourself from your family. You cannot disconnect yourself from your parents. The DNA runs in the blood. You cannot disconnect yourself from the forefathers, from your ancestors. You cannot do that. And you will find in some societies or in some families, some curses were thrown. People said some things that will never happen, or people behaved in a particular way in that family, or in that family. So and you find that even you, who is not aware of all these things that have happened before you, they're still affecting you. So how do they come to connect with you? How do they become cycles? I want to tell you that a cycle, or a repetition, there is power of repetition. There are people, when you know that my mom was a teacher, all right? If my mom was a teacher, you grow up thinking a teacher is the best you can be. You get into a college and you become a teacher, all right? Which is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. And that is that is somehow, that is okay. That is good for you if you just want to live a normal life. All right. If you just want to carry you'll just want to carry the record of teachers in your family. But also you have an option or a choice of taking it to the next level on becoming even a better teacher in some way. A different teacher doing something different. You can be anything different just in the line of teaching, because it simply means in your family, in your generation, you're gifted with the teaching skills, or the ability to help other people through teaching, all right? You find that, let me talk about something negative. In your generation or in your family, you find that when people, it's full of divorced people, there is divorce that is being carried on. When people give birth, when they get two children, their spouse die, or some kids, it's just some limitations in the lineage. And these are the bad things now when you keep carrying along with yourself, and because you're born in that family and you just allow that belief to put you bound, or to keep you in some cage, all right? You can break free from the cage. How do you break free from the cage? You break free from the cage when you start your journey into inner realizations, knowing who you are, harnessing your power, all right, acknowledging, yes, I come from this background with this and this and this, but I choose to change the generation. I choose to bring something forth that is different. And then in your habits, in your thoughts, in your interactions, in your actions, in the things you read, you start changing the DNA. You start changing the DNA, because any thought that you release that is negative, pertaining a particular thing, it aligns to it fully. But when you choose, like, I am changing this thought, like I think it's an observation I had made. This is something I did for myself. In my family, there was this aspect, like when you check, especially from a mother's side, you see that people, they have the ladies have two children. And I decided to break that cycle. I was like, I can have 3. What's the difference? Like, I'm not bound by the two. So I got 3 children, all right? So because I chose to view, yes, this is what is known, but again, there's what is not known. I can change the story. I can change the record. I can brew a new generation, a generation that is not, that doesn't cut off where I come from, but joins together into light, into the new generation. All right. And then what happens when you break that cycle? You have created a better cycle for your family, for your children. And your children, when they find this new cycle, they will improve it because you taught them how to improve it. Or you are carrying the spirit of improving. You are carrying a spirit of positivity. And you are imparted it to your children. And then they transform your generation into something good. And then that's how legacies live on. All right. But if you choose to say, as we are limited, as we never do this, in our family, we don't do this, in our family, don't do this. Really, what do you expect? It's the same thing you're imparting into your children, all right? If your children believe that, or you believe that in your family you don't get married or your marriages don't survive, it might be true, yes, from what you have seen before, but it doesn't mean it has to continue. It doesn't mean it cannot be changed. It doesn't mean that that makes you a victim. It just makes you the leader, the warrior of that home who is going to make the difference and create the difference that you want in that lineage. And that's how you break generational curses. That's how you break generational bondages. But you must come into realization and find ways of undoing what has been done. But you have an option of still sticking to that level that you have found. But what if you choose to create it with love, peace, oneness, and then you bring forth, you create a better life for your children, for your children's children, all right? So that's how generational cycles come about. It is not that someone dropped ball. It's just the observation of the energies of the spirits that are encouraged into that family during that time, and there has never been anyone to change it. So if you're not the one who is changing it, who else? You're either waiting for your children to come change the situation, and they might go through tougher tribulations than you are going. They might suffer more. There are families where people are so wounded, but you need to rise up and choose to heal the wounds that have been in the family, in the generational system. You need to stand up and heal those wounds, because there are wounds that are traumas. There are traumas that are generational. But you need to stand firm and know your power and release fear, so that you can overcome all and create a better generation. It is not a time to feel victimized. It is not a time to feel helpless. It is not a time to feel like, I wish I was born in a different place. It is not a time to hate on your parents or to hate on the lineage you were born in. It is a time to see how you can change things into the positive. It is a time to love more. It is a time to plant new seeds. It is a time to bring out the gifts in that same family. Because in that same family, in just that same generation, there are good things. Because there is no generation that is 100% bad. It is always 50 good, 50 bad. And whatever you choose to embrace grows. Whatever you think, whatever you keep embracing, whatever you keep visualizing, it grows. And that's just what you need to do. So drop self-pity, drop low self-esteem, drop I wish I was born elsewhere, because you're just perfectly where you are, and you will change things from where you are, because I know you're making a decision to get out of those generational cycles. You can reach out to me if you need any help. You can reach out to me on 0727 988 006, or you can reach me on social media, and we can walk the journey. I thrive in helping people break these cycles, know who they are, grow self-love, know light, live in heaven more, and have glimpses of hell. Thank you so much, and enjoy your moments.